Hey everybody, welcome to the show today. Say hi, Fluffy. Nope, okay. There you go. Guys, thought I'd try something a little bit different today, a little out of my wheelhouse. This is going to be for some people, it'll be for educational purposes. For other people, it'll just be good entertainment. And for some of you guys, it's going to be a trip down memory lane, because here's what we're going to do. I thought it might be fun to take everybody on a trip. Start to finish, 32-acre field that I'm going to plant into soybeans that was wheat last year. And, just kind of take everybody along for the whole thing. Everything. Start right from start to finish. First tillage to planting, spraying, everything. Top to bottom. It's something where I think everybody will get to enjoy a ride on some of the oldies here. And if nothing else, it can take some of you guys down memory lane. It might be educational if you guys were curious. Some of you non-farming fellas were curious as to maybe how this works. And at the very end, when everything's all said and done, I'm going to come right back and we're going to talk about how much it cost to do that entire field and what it will take to make a profit on that when it's all said and done. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it doesn't get long. I tried to make it as watchable as possible, but there's a lot of steps to cover, and this video's taken me about a week and a half to shoot, so I'm hoping for the best. Let's get after it, guys. Well, guys, this thing should be pretty much ready to go. I want to give the windshield a quick wash. I don't know if you can see that from there, but there's little tiny handprints all over my windshield. I wonder what unwanted varmint could have possibly caused that. Even though we just changed the oil on this and it's moved from there to here. Check it anyway. You never know. Maybe it all fell out. It did not. Good. Lots of oil. Good. My handy dandy dry shaft is still handy dandying. That's good. These little bugs this time of year. Boy, they get on everything. Oh. You guys ever hit that age where you realize you weren't as bendy and nimble as you once were? Yeah, I'm living that dream every day. Let's just keep this a little safer. There we go. Let's get all aboard here. All right, guys, here we are. We made our destination. Wasn't far to go. All right, I'm gonna get my little safety pin out of here. There, safe. Let's turn volunteer wheat into made-to-order tossed salad. Go, Ted Ferguson. Spots around here, but overall, my dirt ain't turning up too bad. I'm still leaving dust, so that's good. I like the fact that when I'm riding in this tractor, you can hear me. The old turd ain't a bad old ride for a antique dinosaur. guys, Turd Ferguson's getting her done. I got, this field is about 32 acres. So I probably have 18 to go. Last year was the 1 in a million year where this untitled piece of sand grew amazing wheat. I chisel plowed it up good, but you know, it's rough. If I had a pet dog, I'd name it after this field because it's rough, 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 rough. Well, I'm gonna go punch some more dirt down here, guys. All right, guys, listen to that old turd out there just puttering away. Ain't that a good-looking tractor? You know, I was always told that if you had a vehicle and you walked away from it without taking a look back, you had the wrong vehicle. I never don't look at this. That's just me, though. Let's get back to work here. Ain't got a whole bunch to go. This is definitely by far the lighter, you know, 2/3 of this field. Only about 1/3 of this field ever makes great crop. The rest of it just kind of, well, I mean, you can tell. And we got all these damn geese out here. Well, there ain't gonna be much for them to eat here in a few minutes. Let's go chase them. This has got to be the worst spot in this whole field right here. Not only is it rough, but it's flat and nothing works up. But we're almost done. I like the looks of that. Giving her one last cleanup here, guys. I'm kind of going against the grain. And I tell you what, this field is working up really nice, which is I'm glad to see, because every year it's such a battle, especially down here where all this seaweed grows, for lack of a better term. But now that I got everything worked up, we kick her up in here, throttle her down a little bit, really putting some acres behind us now. But well, that's about a wrap here, guys. Didn't turn out too bad. Got most of that wheat pretty well underground. There, that's everybody. Let's get out of here. Sure does cruise down the road nice. I'm hungry. Well, guys, it's time for phase 2, field cultivator. Now for me, it's Friday night. I got a couple of tractor beers. I'm not the only one. We got us a hint of rain last night, which kind of slowed things down this morning. Otherwise, I was hoping I was going to have that field a little bit more planted than it is right now, or at least have this part done. But nevertheless, got my field cultivator on. Now what I got to do is go and level all that nonsense that I made yesterday out. Now generally, I wouldn't have to do that, but being that that field was such a mess and needed all that volunteer wheat kind of ground in, and I hadn't sprayed it because it was rough. If I had sprayed it, I could just use the field cultivator once over and probably be fine, but it wasn't going to happen this time. So on to phase 2. Let's hit it. Shouldn't actually take too long tonight. That field cultivator is about 10 foot wider than that disc. and everything's smooth, so I can basically just set her down and haul the mail, which is what I plan to do. All right, I got everything I need. Let's hit it. All right, let's drop those guys down. There we go. Take your time there, big tractor. Got me a summer shady because it's summertime. Yeah, let's make some dust. Guys, so far everything's going pretty good. Third of the way done. I brought 3 beers, so I guess it's time to have another one. Check out the way that sun is just, what a great night to be out in the field. I'm gonna get back after it. Alright guys, that old tractor's so smooth. Set my landing kugel right there and it don't even get shook up. But never mind that now. This ground is turning up real nice. This is a good idea tonight. It's a perfect night to get the old tractor out and get this finished up so I can save a few hours tomorrow and get something done. Only got a few more rounds to go and we're gonna call this job a night. Let's get it finished off. Possibly hard to see, but this field looks really, really nice right now. A lot better than we started off with yesterday morning, that's for sure. Got a pretty sunset. I got to get this thing home. I can see I've got headlights, but I don't think I got anything else. Best $900 field cultivator I ever bought. I do need to replace the shovels on it last year. Maybe I'll get to it next year. I don't know. It still does an okay job. Nice. We'll get my pins in. Let's get the hell out of here. There, get that. Pin K. See if the headlights. I think it looked like the headlights were working, but hell, I'm blind as a bat. I can't tell. Bingo. All right. Good thing I don't live far away, but let's get this monstrosity home. There. Now we're in overdrive. Yeah, I know that. There we can see a little bit. That field come a long way in a day. It's going to be good tomorrow. Well, made her home just in the nick of time, everybody. Headlights are still shining bright. I'm going to let that cool off for a minute while I cool off for a minute. Another one of them leaning coogles. Boy, those are bright. I'm glad no one was coming at me. They'd have been pissed. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the morning. Top of the morning, everybody. It's a little foggy out here this morning, but it's supposed to be sunny and near 80 degrees, so we'll take that. Got my summer shanty traded in for some morning coffee. I got planter ready. I decided I'm going to try and save some time this morning here. I'm filling up my sprayer. Well, I'm half filling it because you got to have half a tank in there to get your chemicals agitated anyway. So I thought, man, when I get done planting this afternoon, I'll already have 150 gallons in the tank. I can get it agitating, add some chemicals, throw in the remaining, and just hit it. I want to be done with all this today. So here's what I got going on. 11:05 hook to the sprayer, ready to go. 11:55 hook to the drill, ready to go. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, geez, that's a waste of horsepower. There's no such thing as a waste of horsepower. You're going to pack your ground with that heavy tractor. No, I'm not. The thing's sitting on 4 feet of rubber. The front tires are super wide. The back tires are wide. And I surely ain't going to be spinning my wheels pulling that. My ground compaction will be minimal. And besides, I got a cab, got my GPS set up, and cool factor definitely outweighs any other thing that you might possibly think. Now I got to get my morning workout. I got 2 fields of beans to plant yet, the one we're doing today and the one that I'm going to do if it ever gets dry. They may not look like they're sorted out, but they're sorted out. Same amount for either field. Now let's keep moving. Nothing like a good morning workout of 30 reps with 60-pound curls. I really get that heart pumping. Whew. Well, guys, got them all but 4 in there. That's plenty this morning. So we got a couple of bags to top off at the end there. You guys ever wondered why I had such a vendetta against raccoons? There's the answer. Had one make a home in there. I didn't want him living there. All right, guys, well, let's take the coolest planting setup in the world and go plant next year's crops. Remember I said I wanted to get this to about 150 gallons? Dang, right close. I'm gonna let that continue. I'm gonna go grab me a couple of waters and let's hit it. Okay, friends, locked and loaded. Let's do this. Chopping away. Let's go. I don't think my neighbors are awake yet. Let's help them out with that. Okay, we made the destination. Now I'm going to use my super duper, highly technical Outback guidance system, which actually works pretty good. My boss told me that. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Use it all the time. I'm going to set myself a new AB. Enter. Press enter for A. Okay, now all I got to do is drive to the other end and then hit the button. Okay, made it to the end. Enter. Straight mode. I should be in good shape. Looks like I went in a pretty straight line back there, but I guess in another 2 weeks we're going to find out, aren't we? Well, let me do some planting here. There we go, guys. My goal is just to keep those lines flashing just like that. If it goes this way, well, I got to turn this way here. It ain't auto steer, but I tell you what, it does. I mean, it makes it look like I'm not a total amateur, I guess. few minutes to check things out here. All right, friends, let's have us a little status check. So it is now 12:03. I rolled into this field at exactly 9:03. I've just gotten over halfway. That barn is exactly half of this field, so I got all that done. Got a little ways to go. Could use a sandwich. Guy's getting a little bit hungry, but I don't know if I need a refill yet, so let's just check that out first. Oh God, no, I got a long ways to go yet, but from what I'm judging, the amount of bags I threw in here, plus what I had in here, I'd say my seating's probably pretty close to where I want it to be, so that's good. You know, guys, say what you will, but I tell you what, that thing sure does make a battle axe of a pulling tractor when you want to pull stuff that's heavy. It does a fine job except for the rattle in your eardrums part. But I'll tell you what, that makes an outstanding planting tractor. Comfortable, heavy enough so when you turn the wheels it turns. Burning about no fuel. I'm just looking at the gas gauge. I've been out here for 3 hours. I may have burned 5 to 7 gallons of fuel. That's not bad. I mean, considering what we've got here, doing 2 gallons of fuel an hour, hell's bells, I'll take that. But anyway, less talky, more worky. I got a long ways to go yet. Let's hit her. Looks like we're going in a straight line. Okay guys, so here's where I'm sitting. I got a little bit left to go. I got a lot done. I'm probably 2/3 done right now, so that's not bad. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock. I'm getting hungry. The trail could use a refill. Friends are making progress. I'm gonna dump a load of beans in that machine, dump a load of sandwiches down my stomach. I want to go finish that field. As soon as I get done, we're on to that, and then we're all done for the day. Getting her done, friends. All I got left to do, get my tank filled, get my spraying done. Got to put my super duper help me I'm lost GPS in this one now. I backed that whole shooting match, my whole planting setup right in there. I got another 40 acres that I got to plant probably in a week or so because it's just now starting to get dry. Let me get this up in here. All right, my GPS is acquiring satellites and warming up. That's getting pretty full. I got to start getting some chemicals agitated into that. What I got here, guys, I got a little Matador S for a pre-merge, good pre-merge herbicide. And I got a little glyphosate just because all that grass in there, some of it's liable to come back. And I always have trouble with that field and this stupid sedge grass. It's hard to kill. I'm gonna get it when it's young. Yeah, got a concoction in there. Let's go get that sprayed. It's been a long day and I'm not done yet. get my AB line set, just like I did this morning. Get my pressure to 35 and let it rip. Everything is set. I got this handy block here to hold my bingo. Let's hit it. Now things are going smooth. Had some technical difficulties with that thing, but it's probably just because I don't really know how to run it that well. But we're on track now. Killing beans before they're even born. I think I'm going to be pretty close. We're definitely putting some acres behind us. Only got a little bit to go and we'll be done with this. So I'm thinking my calibration's got to be pretty close because I still got a little bit in the tank yet. My tank is 300 top, and I mean coming out of the top. So I probably only had 280 in it. I got about 5 acres to go. This is a 32 acre field according to FSA. That math all kind of works out, so I'm gonna go home, get 5 more gallons, or grab another 50 gallons of water, finish up the 3 swipes I gotta do here, and then I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna have a beer, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Well guys, I hope that was kind of an enjoyable afternoon for you. It was an enjoyable several days for me. Got it done. But now, the question that's on everybody's mind: how much did all that cost? Is it worth it in the long run? Am I going to make any money on it? Well, I wrote down some numbers here and I'm going to share them with you. So, when you're farming, the first thing you got to consider, you need seed. You can't plant ground without seed. Sorry, I know I write like a 4th grader, but it is what it is. So, my soybean seed cost me $50 and some change a bag. I put 30 bags on that field. 3 times 5, that's a quick $1,500 right there. Now, you want your seeds to grow good, you got to put a little fertilizer on them. So I had that fertilizer spread, and generally I do it myself, but that field was in pretty rough shape, muddy. They can go out there with their fat tire spreaders and they can spread it for 10 bucks an acre. So I went and dug up my bill. I put a concoction of potash and phosphorus on there with a little tiny bit of nitrogen. And the whole shoot match cost me $2,100. Spread, said, done. We're up to $3,600 so far, and I haven't even started a tractor yet. What do you need to start a tractor? Fuel. Now, with that being said, between all the tractors, I burned plus or minus 75 gallons of fuel. Fuel's about $3.50 a gallon. That's going to bring me right around 260 bucks. So we got our first steps done. We're fertilized, we can plant, and we planted. Now we got to put some spree on there. We got to get the pre-merge and the keep from merging. So what I have, the first one, the Matador. That stuff is 78 bucks a gallon. I used about 7.5 gallons on that field. There's another $585. I also put glyphosate in the tank to kill off whatever grasses and stuff that weren't killed when I worked it up, just to make sure everything has a good burn down and my seeds have a nice start. That cost me $33 a gallon. Used the same 7.5 gallons. got another 250 bucks there. So, fertilized, planted, seeded, sprayed. Now comes the next stuff. So, we're kind of, let's think forward a little bit. So, got to have crop insurance on that field because you see, I've already got somewhat of an investment here. I don't want to lose all my money. I'd have to double check my bill, but it seems like my crop insurance for that field's right around 900 bucks. So I'm going to go with that. And I know my agent's watching, and he'll probably text me and tell me if I'm right or wrong or close. And I'll let you know in the next video. But it seems like it's right around 900 bucks for that field, for the coverage that I want to have, to help ensure that I won't lose any money. So, next thing, I got to pay my aunt the rent. She's going to want her chunk of that pie too. Now my rent's pretty cheap on that field, guys, which is nice. I'm glad and I'm fortunate to have it. But so for that 32 acres, I give her a check for $2,000. There we go. That's everything, seed in the ground, done. What does that equal up to so far? So where we're sitting right now, just about $7,600 invested before anything has even happened yet. $7,600. Now, that just gets everything in the ground, guys. I still got a combine. And, I mean, chances are good I'll probably have to spray it again. So, let's consider fuel for my combine. Let's say it goes, nothing breaks down. Oh, and that's another point. 0 breakdowns. These tractors don't owe me a penny, and I don't owe them a penny now. So, they were happy, I'm happy. So, $0 in repairs. Guys that run brand new equipment can't say that. Anyway, so $75.95. Now, like I said, let's say I got to spray that field again. Whether I spray it or have somebody else spray it, whatever, I can pretty much just, $1,000 would be cheap, but let's just say I sprayed it and it was $1,000. By the time I buy whatever products I need to mix in the tank, so we're at $85.95. That gets us to harvest time. Harvest time comes around. Say, we got to fuel up that combine. I think when I did my wheat, I run about 50 gallons of fuel through that thing, through my 4420. 6,600 is going to be pretty close to the same. It goes a little faster. So let's just assume fuel's still $3.50 a gallon and not hopefully $5, but maybe it won't be cheaper. Another $175 in fuel there. Got to fuel up my dump truck. Let's say my dump truck holds, I might not have to make many trips, or I might have to make a few. Takes me 5 gallons of fuel to run back and forth to the elevator. Let's say I make 3 trips. There's another 15, 45. Let's just call this, for safety reasons, let's say I spend $275 on fuel for harvest. I think that's still pretty cheap. And that's only for one field. Got to put insurance on that truck, and got to put another plate on the truck. What's a month's worth of insurance on a plate? I don't know. Let's say another 200 bucks. So let's see, what do we got here? So all together, guys, my investment, just over $9,000 out of my pocket that I just threw at a field, hoping to make something back. So now that you've seen this, let's get rid of this and let's see what I have to make my money back. So guys, as of last night, when I got my usual nightly email from our local elevator, soybeans were $11.70 a bushel. That field is 32 acres. Let's just say, all right, so let's do this. My crop insurance guarantees me 28 bushels to the acre. So my insurance is guaranteeing that I am going to have at least 896 bushels. That's what they're going to pay me for. If something goes bad, if we have a drought and she goes 0 bushels to the acre, they're going to pay me for $8.96. So that math right there being said, $10,483 at 28 bushels to the acre. So there you have it, guys. And like I said, that's marginal ground. Do I hope it goes better than that? Sure. I'd like to see it do double that. But worst case scenario, I'm walking away from that field with $1,400 in my pocket. Seems like a lot of work and stress and headache for $1,400. But, all right, 14, 13, extra $13 so I can get a couple beers and consider how that went wrong. Because that happens. But that is the least amount of money that I'm going to make on that field. Now, let's say we have a good year, great year even, and those beans do. So if any of you guys watch my videos religiously, you watched me when I took my 6,600 out in that other field last year. That field ran 42 bushels to the acre. So just for shits and grins, let's say. That'd give me $1,344. So there, $66.50. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that is an absolute best case scenario. All the years I've been raising anything in that field, it has gone anywhere from 15 bushels to the acre to 41 bushels to the acre. Never had 42. But, you know, like I say, this just gives you some kind of an idea. Now, there's a lot of things that could go terribly wrong. So that that might end up being $9 next fall. Who knows? Might end up being 13 too. Again, who knows? Things could go up or down. Fuel might end up costing me $5 a gallon this fall. So, you know, there's a lot of variables, guys, but basically at the end of the day, I can expect that I will make at least $1,400 from that field. Again, guys, like I say, I don't do this for the money. I do it for the glory. Well, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I sure hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate everybody sticking around for the whole thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
When you think you're the coolest guy in the parking lot, and then this guy shows up.